Hello, Emma Davis here. I'm a veterinary career coach and a veterinary business coach, and I'm here today to talk to you about focusing on what you do want, not focusing on what you don't want, and the power that has. So I'm here, I'm in Wilton apparently. I'm going to a lovely meeting today with some key veterinarians in the New South Wales state of Australia. Won't name drop, but good to be going, and I'm looking forward to be back in the room in one of my leadership roles in the profession. And but I'm also a career coach, and I'm a business coach, and I'm also a human. And this last month and a half has been a fascinating time of a real human transition in my life. And so I've been separated for 6 weeks from my husband, and talk about mindset, like challenge to mindset. It's definitely I'm using every skill that I've learned in being coached, and also in training how to be a coach, and I'm needing to use these skills on myself most days and sometimes more than once a day. Hi to whoever is watching. If you're joining, I'm talking today about focusing on what you do want and not what you don't want, and for good reason. So all of the last few weeks I've been getting lots of advice from people in the know. I've been getting advice on this steps forward for me, from lawyers, from mediators, from counsellors, from, oh my goodness, who else? A raft of people, accountants, let's say. So I've been getting all the advice from the professionals, and I've gone for a couple of jobs to augment my income. I was coaching full time, but on a single wage now. To hold on to my property, I'm going to need to get, in Australia they don't recognise females particularly well. If you're self-employed, then you don't really count. So I need to back myself up with a bit of a job role. So I've been organising that, and also prepping my house to rent it out as an executive Airbnb. So that's all happening, and it's all very exciting. So all of these professionals that I've been getting all this advice from, so it's good to know what the legislation says, and it's good to know in their opinion what my rights are, and in their opinion what my future is. But at the same time, I guess, bit by bit that was bringing me down, because they all have their expectations of my world, and expectations of what I can do, and expectations of what I can achieve, but they're not me, and they're not living my life. And I realized overnight that I was starting to get a bit despondent about stuff, and I was starting to use the words, I'm going to lose my house. And that is a possibility, and it won't kill me if I lose my house. And as long as Jasmine and I are okay, I'm very resourceful, I'm highly educated, I'll be able to go and start again somewhere else. That's fine. But I also love my house, and I also built that house out of my heart and my soul, and I put a lot of effort into it. And if anyone visits it, you'll see that I picked the tiles from my heart. I spent, oh my God, a significant amount of attention on the taps and the fittings, and oh my goodness, it was just put so much effort into this house. So I'm going to do everything in my power to hang on to my house. But yesterday I started to use this language of, I'm going to lose my house. And I thought, why am I speaking that out over my world, and why am I letting that settle into my heart and bring me down? And I was really struggling with that. And it's because I'd heard it from all of these experts, and these lawyers and accountants and stuff, and it is a possibility. But what I realized I was doing was I was focusing on what I don't want, and I wasn't focusing on what I do want. Okay, and whatever you focus on, you draw towards. So in coaching, like, I love the work of Tony Robbins. He talks about it at great length. If you focus on something, you'll bring it towards you. So whatever you focus on, you magnify. Okay, so if you've ever thought about how strange it is that in those outback roads in Australia, how they can go straight for miles and miles and miles and miles across the outback, and then you see an accident where a car has driven off and hit the only tree that is evident in most of this desert, So, you know, someone's driving along the road. Hi, Simon. Driving along the road in the middle of Australia, along a straight road. There's no trees to be seen. There's nothing to be seen. And then there's one tree, and someone has driven into that tree and had an accident. And it's about like a tired person, or a person who's mindlessly looking at that tree. They're driving along, they're going straight, they're hurtling down the highway, and then all of a sudden their focus goes to that tree. And if they're tired, they go, I better not hit that tree. I better not hit that tree. And their focus goes onto the tree. And you know what? Then they hit the tree. And it's happened, I know most Australians have seen it. It's happened so many times. You would think it is impossible to hit a tree out here. There are no trees or poles or whatever. And it's just barren landscape. But invariably you see this person who's wrapped themselves around a tree. And it's heartbreaking, of course. But it's also heartbreaking in the fact that they don't understand what they're doing to themselves. Hi, Melinda. I'm at like some skydiving place near Sydney. I love skydiving. I've only done it once, but I thought I should stop and hopefully get some skydivers in the background if you're wondering why I'm not dropping Jazz off to school. Anyway, I was just talking about why people wrap themselves around this one pole or this one tree in a barren landscape. And it's because Australians understand this better than other countries. It's because the focus goes to the tree. They're driving along, they're cruising along in life, they're going where they're going, but then they see this post and they start thinking, I don't want to hit that post, I don't want to hit that post, I don't want to hit that post, and their eyes go to the post and they hit the post. And that was happening to me in the last 2 weeks. I'm getting all this lovely advice from all of these, you know, legal practitioners and, oh God, accountants and mediators and whatever. And they're saying, you know, you're probably going to lose your house. Well, they don't even want to say it. They're trying to get me to call a mortgage broker and find out, because in Australia it's very hard for a woman to get a big loan, and I want to take on our house by myself, and it's a big loan. And so I started to hear that and focus on their words instead of focusing on what I want. Okay, I love my house. I've put my heart and soul into my house. It's my family home for me and Jasmine. Sadly, it was supposed to be for our whole family, and I built it with that in mind, to even have a bigger family. But either way, I want to keep the house. So I'm going to focus on keeping my house. I'm going to focus on doing what I have to do to be the best me to keep my house. Okay, if I lose it, okay, that might happen. But I don't want to swear, but I'm going to give it my all to keep that house. Okay, I am absolutely able to bring into my world the things that I need to do to step up to the plate, to take full responsibility and to keep my house. And so I'm not going to look at the advice. I'm going to listen. I've heard the advice. I understand the legislation. I understand the banking, blah, blah, blah. I understand all that stuff, but I'm not going to focus on losing the house, because that brings you down. And my heart was starting to get heavy in the last few days. And I'm like, what is it? What's going on with me? Why am I accepting what people are speaking out over my world? And I'm not going to accept it. Okay, I'm just going to refuse that. And I know me better than any of them. I know where I've been. I know what I've gotten through. I know what I'm capable of. And likewise, I can coach you to understand what you're made of and understand that you are unstoppable if you choose to be unstoppable. If you focus on what you don't want, you'll get it. If you focus on a marriage falling apart, that someone in my marriage was, then it will happen, okay? Because then that leads your actions. If you're focusing on what you don't want, you're acting from that space. If you focus on what you don't want, you're bringing negative energy in. If you focus on what you don't want, then you're focusing, your effort and your energies are going away from what you do want, okay? And I want to keep my house, so all my efforts are back on keeping my house, achieving this. It might be achieving the unexpected or what people think is not possible, but I don't care what other people think. I just care what I think. And so it's a really good way to think about life. Don't be the person who's driving along a blissfully open, desert highway and the road's going straight down there for miles and miles and miles, and it's an easy drive. Don't be the person who looks at the post, who looks at what they don't want, and who drives head on into that post. Just keep your eyes on what you want. Keep your eyes looking forward. Do the actions. Like I do gratitude rituals every day. This morning I followed my coach's advice and I visualized what I want. Okay, she's brought an amazing change into her world, multiple changes. She's a really influential lady. And she said, get up every morning and set your intention for what you want. So I got up this morning and I wrote out about how amazing it's going to be when I keep my house, and how amazing, who the amazing people that are going to be in my world, how exciting it's going to be when Jazzy and I are in our kitchen looking out there. And that's what I'm focused on. My energy lifted, my spirit lifted. I've got the enthusiasm to keep going now. I was ready to give up yesterday, but now I'm like, no, I'm going to give it my all. I'm not going to be upset if I give it my all and I fail and it doesn't happen, but at least I gave it my all and I'm going to give it the best shot. So that's how I get through some really tough times, and I'm hoping that that gives you guys something as well. So focus on what you do want, and don't focus on what you don't want, because whatever you're focusing on, you'll bring towards you. Okay, so that's my tip for today. I am here. I'm hoping there's some... No, I'm not going to get any. I was hoping we might get some skydivers behind us coming down, because I saw them coming down when I drove past, and I thought I have to stop here, because years ago I did some skydiving here, and I would like to do that again. It was a pretty special thing. Okay, have a lovely day. I think it's Thursday in Australia, and have an amazing day. And if you're interested in setting the terms of your life and setting the path for your life, and not listening to what everybody else thinks your life should be like, then reach out to me and I'll help you. Like my coaches help me, I'll help you, coach you to what you want. Okay, see ya. Love your veterinary career. Bye.